All right, we are good to go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Play High Field for tonight's senior night between the Hopkinton Hillers and your Westwood Wolverines. To kick off tonight's ceremony, we want to acknowledge and congratulate the Hopkinton seniors. Starting off with number 4, Michaela Scanovan. Number 7, Lily Turney. Number 8, Emma Dacey. Number 9, Emily Hayward. Number 11, Sinead Herr. Number 19, Jamie Arena. And number 23, Morgan Arnold. Tonight, we recognize and acknowledge 9 special seniors and their families for their contributions over the last several years on the playing fields and in the classroom. The impact these seniors have provided to the program and to the town of Westwood will be felt for many years to come as they've etched their place in the history books. After a canceled freshman season due to COVID, these ladies kicked off their sophomore season with purpose and very quickly established themselves as the top team in the state, winning 24 consecutive games, concluding with a state championship win versus Franklin in Franklin under the lights. What a memorable game, and we will never, ever forget Ava Connaughton soaring through the cold, rainy air like Bobby Orr, scoring the game-winning goal with 12 seconds left. Absolutely amazing. The following season, their junior year, they picked right up where they left off against, yet again, 25-0. Arguably the most dominant team in Westwood athletics history. With an explosive offense and a stifling defense, the Wolverines outscored their playoff opponents 85-14, capping the season off with a state championship win over Wellesley 16-1. Remarkable season, and certainly a Vegas favorite for Westwood High School Hall of Fame induction team category. Which leads us to today, as the story for the 2023 senior season is still being written, with more work to be done and memories to be made. We look to take a moment to appreciate and honor what a pleasure this ride has been. And we can't help but think and feel thankful as family, friends, and fans being a witness to greatness. Please join us now as we honor the senior players and their families. Starting off with the team managers, Molly Kilgariff and Ella Mason. Molly is joined by her parents Tom and Tara. Ella is joined by her parents Mike and Danielle and grandmother Jan. In the fall, Molly is going to be attending the University of Miami, Ohio, and Ella will be attending the University of Syracuse. Some additional fun facts. Molly was part of the field hockey team and the hockey team captain, while Isla was the soccer team captain and a member of the girls basketball team. Next up, number 12, Katie McGowan. Katie is attending Holy Cross in the fall. And she is joined by her parents, Jim and Joan. In addition to lacrosse, Katie was a member of the field hockey team and girls basketball team as well. Next up, number 21, Kara McManus. Kara is joined by her parents, Anthony and Christine. In the fall, Kara is going to be attending Penn State University. Kara is also a member of the girls' volleyball team. Next up, number 4, Captain Ava Connaughton. Ava will be joined by her parents, Terry and Carrie, as well as her brother, Connor, and sisters, Haley and Kenzie. Ava will be attending UMass Amherst in the fall, where she will be playing lacrosse. And Ava was also a member of the soccer and basketball team, captain of both, in addition to captain of lacrosse, the trifecta. Number 14, Olivia Williams. Olivia will be joined by her parents, Kevin and Sandy Williams. Olivia will be attending the University of Vermont in the fall, where she'll be playing lacrosse. Olivia is also a trifecta captain, being the captain of the girls' field hockey team, girls' basketball, in addition to girls' lacrosse. Next up, number 16, Captain Lil Hancock. Lil will be joined by her parents, Chris and Jessica, her brother CJ, her grandmother Nancy, and her grandmother Carol. Lil will be attending the University of Massachusetts in the fall, joining her friend Ava, and also playing lacrosse. Lil was a captain of the girls' soccer team and also a member of the girls' basketball team. Next up, number 20, Riley Harrington. Riley will be joined by her father Parker, her mother Kelly, and brother Jackson. Riley will be attending Dartmouth College in the fall, where she will be playing lacrosse. Riley was a member of the field hockey team and was a captain, also a member of the girls' basketball team and the co-chair of the Legislative Council and School Committee representative. And last but not least, number 25, Captain Kella McGrail. Kella will be joined by her parents, PJ and Kristen, and her sister, Shannon. In the fall, Kella will be attending Davidson College. And Kella is also a soccer captain and a member of the indoor track team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it up one last time for your 2023 seniors. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Flahi Field for tonight's 2023 senior night. The Westwood Wolverines are taking on the Hopkinton Hillers. It's a special night for 9 special ladies for the Wolverines, as before the game, able to honor them for their contributions. And 9 fantastic women, both not only student athletes, but great students in general. From what I understand, they are all National Honor Society members, including the team managers. So the 9 seniors that were honored today: Molly Kilgariff, Ella Mason, Katie McGowan, Kara McManus, Ava Connaughton, Olivia Williams, Lil Hancock, Riley Harrington, and Kella McGrail. Very impressive bunch of ladies. Coming into their freshman year, they had their season canceled due to COVID, which was difficult for everyone. Not just Westwood. It was certainly unique to all the teams in the state, all spring teams in the state. But once sophomore season came by, they hit the ground running, winning 24 games in a row. And really solidified themselves as the top team in the state, taking on the usual suspects and winning against teams like NDA, Wellesley, Franklin, Lincoln Sudbury, and ultimately winning in the state championship against Franklin in Franklin. A night I think that not too many people will ever forget. It was a cold summer night, and it was, I believe, in late July because of the COVID. Games were pushed back a little later. And Franklin tied the game up late, and Ava Connaughton was able to intercept a pass from behind the net, caught it, and ran to the net, and dove across the crease to put it in the net for the game-winning goal with 12 seconds left. A goal that will go down in Westwood High School history, and was a major goal, too, to solidify the state championship, the first state championship for these ladies and these seniors. And then to go on the next year, their junior year, and to go 25-0, and to go through the same, very tough challenges in the teams of Notre Dame Academy, Franklin, Long Meadow, Lincoln Sudbury, and ultimately seeing Wellesley in the state championship and win by a margin of 15, winning 16-1. Unbelievable. And, I think arguably, probably one of the most dominant Westwood athletic teams to have come around in quite some time, where they had a playoff goal differential of 85 goals to 14. So certainly these are some special ladies. A great night to celebrate those accomplishments. As a fan and family member, it's been an absolute privilege to have witnessed the greatness and the history that they have put together the last few years, and you know what, Gray? There's still much left of this season. There's about 2 more games after this one left in the season. Westwood is currently ranked as the number 3 seed for Division I. They are behind Wellesley at number 1, who they beat, and they're behind Lincoln Sudbury, who they will play this week. So if they were to beat Lincoln Sudbury, you'd have to imagine that they would move up to at least the 2 spot. But you know what? This Westwood team, unfazed by that. Last year they were the 2 seed, even though they had gone 40 plus games in a row undefeated. And we are underway here at Flahi Field. Hopkinton with
the win on the draw. And they're going to work it around. I got numbers here, so we got numbers for both teams. So it looked like that was a foul on Westwood. I think it was Ava Connaughton. And number 9, Emily Hayward, is going to take it. Hopkinton looking to work their way across the 50-yard line. The ball's on the ground. It's still on the ground, and it's going to be picked up by Hopkinton. And number 22, Callie Hopkins. They're going to make their way downfield. Number 7, Lily Turney, one of the captains for Hopkinton. And they're going to work it around. Hopkinton, throughout the years, has always been a talented team. You know, the team that can certainly beat anyone in the TVL. They've had tough games with Westwood, but they are certainly a team that has gotten, very impressive throughout the last few years. A team that has kept a lot of the games close. There's a shot that's going to go wide, but we have a call. It looked like a push call, some kind of push call, and it's going to be possession's going to stay with Hopkinton. And it looks like she's going to have shooting space here. So typically they'll call this if there's an offense where the player has got a free runway to the net. And a shot, and she's going to score. So that was Emma Dacey. Emma Dacey, one of the seniors for Hoptown, and she's going to get Hopkinton on the board first to go up 1-0 Hopkinton. But as I mentioned, Hopkinton's certainly a team that can put up some quick goals. They can be a very tough team to play against. And certainly the last few years has been some good battles between Westwood and Hopkinton. So we're going to have Olivia Williams at the dot, taking the face-off. We got Lil Hancock and Kella McGrail at the wings. Both teams looking to get draw control here. What you'll see is the face-off is going to be pushed in a direction, and the goal is we have a face-off violation, and Hopkinton's going to keep the ball. But on the draws, the teams will try and get that ball into a position that's favorable, in open space typically, and these face-offs are very important. A lot of times, face-offs and ball possession really dictate the game. You can't score if you don't have the ball in your stick. It's gonna be a shot, and that's gonna be a score. The Hoptown is gonna go up 2-0 very early here. That goal was by Jamie Arena, senior for Hopkinton. And Westwood looking to inject themselves here early. Not often they go down a goal, let alone 2 goals. But Westwood's a very patient team. In the state championship game last year versus Wellesley, they went down 1-0, and then they scored 16 unanswered goals to win that game. Additionally, yesterday they had a big win on the road versus Medfield. Medfield was able to tie that game 3-3, and then Westwood rifled off his 9 unanswered goals. End up winning 18-6 on the road versus a top 10 Massachusetts team in Medfield. There's going to be another position win here by Hopkinton. However, the ball hits the ground. Westwood's going to pick it up. DeMayo works it across the 50-yard line. That's number 8. That is Emily DeMayo. She is twin sisters with Charlotte, both sophomores for the Wolverines. Williams tries to find a cutter, goes wide, but great job by McGowan to get possession and to hold on to it. He's going to send it down low to senior captain Ava Connaughton. Connaughton fake shot, works her way in, finds an opening, and she scores. Get Westwood on the board. Great goal there. A very common goal you'll see from Ava. She's so good with her stick skills. She'll work her way in where she opens the hip up to sell the shot. A lot of times we'll see a pass there because you have to respect someone of her quality and athletic ability to be able to put the ball in the net. Didn't pass there, found an opening and put that in the back of the net. Get Westwood on the board 2-1. So it looks like we have Lil Hancock on the draw with Kella McGrail and Ava Connaughton on the wings. And that is going to be Westwood possession. Great job, Ava Connaughton. Able to go up and get that one. We got a whistle here. And Ava's going to start with it around the 20-yard line. Sends it over to Olivia Williams, to McGowan, over to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo, very talented sophomore for the Wolverines. She finds a cutter. That looked like it was DeMayo. And that finds the back of the net to tie it up. Well, that was a great pass, great goal. Goal by, it was Emily DeMayo, the sophomore. And I'm going to start writing these goals down. So first goal was from Ava Connaughton. And the second goal from DeMayo. And going to keep the same personnel here on the face-off. Lil Hancock on the draw. Connaughton and McGrail on the wings. Ball's up, still on the ground. Players jockeying for position, and that's going to be picked up by Hancock with the draw control there. That's a big win. You want to get the next goal. You just tied it up. Sends it over to Nozzolillo. Over to McGrail. McGrail's going to shoot. She's going to score. Great goal there by Kella McGrail. Some good passing down low. That was, it all started from the face-off. You want to get that quick win, which they did. Then move it, fast break. Hancock over to, I believe it was Nozzolillo, and then Nozzolillo to McGrail for the Westwood goal to go up 3-2. So Hancock on the draw. Ball's going to head towards the sideline. And it went out of bounds. It's going to be a Westwood ball. Kella McGrail is going to take it in. Sends it over to Connaughton. Connaughton looking for some space. Backs off. Over to Hancock. Hancock's going to find McGrail. Sends it up top to DeMayo. And then over to Williams. To Kella. Kella is pride of Bailey Street in the Maze. We're going to have a whistle here. Looks like it's going to be, ball's going to be maintained with Westwood. Might have been I believe there's like a 3-second call for defense. Oh, great pass across the middle. Great finish. That's Nozzolillo with the goal. It was a great pass by Olivia Williams to Noz, and she goes in the left hand and buries that ball in the back of the net. There's, it's not easy facing Westwood. There's about 7 to 8 people who can score. So pick your poison. Olivia, I think she drew some attention when she had the ball there on the whistle. And, too many eyes were on her where, there wasn't enough eyes all in the front of the net. Caroline found a nice patch in front of the net for a catch score. So Hancock back to the draw. Going to send it backwards, and that's going to be possessed by Hopkinton, number 9. It is Emily Hayward, senior. Well, Harrington was looking to pick off that pass, caught out of the goal, and Hopkinton was able to find the opening in that net to score. That's going to cut the lead. It's going to be 4-3 Westwood. It looked like a sharp angle. It was a pretty impressive goal. It wasn't much of a window to put that in, and great job by the Hopkinton player to find it and get that to the back of the net. So now looks like Westwood is going to switch up the wings on the face-off. Ava is going to be on the left side, Kella McGrail on the right. Last game versus Medfield, there was a number of different ladies on the draw. That ball's going to head down towards the 30-yard line, and it's picked up by Connaughton. She's going to send it back to goalie Riley Harrington. Sends it to Lil Hancock. Watch this, folks. When she gets the feet moving. Oh. Yeah, there was a foul there. But watch this. When she gets the feet moving, it's hard to keep up. This is something we've seen the last few years. You know, most notably in the Franklin State Championship game, she must have ran 4 miles of just taking that ball down the field. It's almost like the elevator. Goes straight to the top. I am a little biased, though. She is my niece. But very honored privileged to be able to watch her the last few years here at Westwood. Hancock's going to send it over to McGrail. Over to Connaughton. DeMayo looking for a cut. Sends it up top to McGrail, working her way inside, finds an opening, takes it to the net, and shot just deflected wide. Westwood is going to maintain possession there. That was a great move by Kella. There was certainly some traffic, and she found some space to be able to work her way downhill. Got a shot on net. It was a good job by the defenseman to deflect it. The ball hits the ground. It's going to be picked up by the Hopkinton goalie, Morgan Arnold. Morgan Arnold is a senior for Hopkinton. Now, one thing you'll see a lot of times with goalie possessions, they'll take the time needed to ensure that they find the open player. You know, sometimes you'll see them run downfield themselves, but it's you know, there is no shot clock. You know, it could go a minute, 2 minutes. You know, until they find what they're what they want to see, or the matchup that makes it best for possession, they're going to do that. She gets rid of it here to send it off to number 5. That is Harriet Rankin. Harriet's got the wheels moving. Great defense there by Connaughton. And Westwood all over them right now. Nozzolillo's going to pick that up. Great turnover. Sends it over to Connaughton. Then over to Williams. She's going to score. Nozzolillo to Connaughton to Williams for the goal. All from a turnover. In a great interception. You know, Westwood did a good job. They were in there, in the Hopkinton Hillers face. You know, definitely made it uncomfortable to catch, you know, the ball, the oncoming ball. Ball hit the turf. Nozzolillo did a great job to pick that up. Send it over to Connaughton. Connaughton then found Williams cutting the net for a nice, beautiful goal. And it looks like we have Williams back taking the draw with Hancock and McGrail on the wings. Ball gets by Westwood, and it's going to be picked up by Hopkinton. It's number 12, Rachel Bouvier. So it's 5-3 here at Flay Hive. About 16 minutes left here in the first half. On a beautiful night, beautiful Tuesday night, senior night here in Westwood. Honored the 9 seniors before the game, 7 players and the 2 managers. And some great colleges, universities that they'll be attending. Pass inward. Oh, great job by the Wolverine D to get that ball on the ground. However, ref is going to call, I believe, a shooting space. So number 9 for Hopkinton, Emily Hayward, is going to take the shot. Oh, Westwood got a piece of it, but it ended up going in. Thought there was enough contact there to keep the ball from going out, but ended up trickling its way in to get within 1. That's the 4th goal for Hopkinton. Westwood is up 5-4. 16 minutes left here in the first half. Interesting flow going on. You know, both teams, certainly the offense is clicking, but, you know, trying to figure out, you know, the momentum, how to, you know, really start to slow the game down a little bit. It's been a really track meet type start, fast-paced, a lot of running back and forth, where how do you slow the game down where you work through some of the matchups, and you know, really able to you know, put a stranglehold on the game. Westwood did a great job with that against Medfield. Not only were they scoring goals in bunches, but they were letting that clock tick away. Made it very difficult for Medfield. So Hopkinton with the win here on the face-off. I'm going to send it down low. Number 19 is Jamie Arena. A shot, great save there by Riley Harrington, and she's going to pick it up. That's a name you're definitely going to hear a lot tonight, Riley Harrington. She's a very talented goaltender for the Wolverines. Sends it over to Lil Hancock. Lil's going to get the feet moving. The ball gets loose, picks it right back up. Little spinorama move there, and then sends it over to DeMeo. And then down low to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo going to the net hard. Finds an opening, gets a shot. She's going to score. Oh, great goal. Going left to right. Found that bottom left-hand corner, and she's buried it. That is her 2nd goal of the game. She is certainly the type of player that can put up 5, 6 goals in a game. I mean, yesterday I believe it was 5 versus Medfield. Might have been even 6, but very impressive sophomore player. Very powerful shot. You know, is a very tremendous athlete overall, great basketball player as well. But certainly a name, you know, that you'll hear a lot of tonight as well, in addition to the other names mentioned so far today. So Williams on the face-off. Send it backwards, and that's going to be picked up by Hopkinton. Emily Hayward. Hancock, some good defense. And they're going to say, I believe she ran out of bounds. So Hancock takes it. She's looking for some help. And she was pushed out of bounds. Looks like it's going to stay with her. She's looking for some help. Now she's got a little more space, so she might get the feet moving, which she does. Works it inward, crosses the 50. And just a great clear there. Finds her friend Ava Connaughton. That's a great asset to have, where you don't have to pass the ball. You get someone who can run it down, get it to where it needs to be, especially in the high stress areas on the defensive side of the field. You know, a great asset to have on the team, you know, situationally, when you need to move that ball and need to move it effectively. Nozzolillo with the ball down low. Up top to Hancock. Over to Connaughton. And around over to McGrail. McGrail with a goal earlier today. She scored the 3rd goal for the Wolverines. Connaughton works it inward to Olivia Williams. She took contact there, but no call. Ref says play on, and Hopkinton's going to work the other way. This is where Westwood does they're great at forcing these teams to make perfect passes. You know, if that pass isn't perfect and it gets by them, goes out of bounds, that's then a turnover and becomes a Westwood ball. So they do a really good job at forcing, you know, as these teams are breaking out, they're running at full speed. You know, it's even more difficult to really put the ball on the numbers, you know, a good pass, and it just makes it that much more difficult to play against. Number 19, Jamie Arena, sends it down low. Over to number 8, Emma Dacey. She's going to work her way inward. Looking to shoot, holds, works the other way, gets a shot that's going to go wide. Ball's going to maintain with Hopkinton. Number 7 for Hopkinton, well positioned there for backup. 19 looking to make some moves. Thought she got some contact there, but ref is saying play on there as well. And we get a shot. That's going to be a goal. That's a goal by number 19, Jamie Arena. And again, that will put the Hopkinton Hillers within 1 of Westwood. And Westwood up 6-5 with 12 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half. So, as mentioned, Gray, you don't see Westwood in these type of close games often. So these are good. These are good to go through. You got the playoffs coming up next week, and those games aren't going to be blowouts. They're going to be close games. So how does your team react to some adversity? And, do they put their foot on the gas and score 7 in a row, 8 in a row? That's typically what we see in the past, and I'm sure what Coach Margot Spatola wants to see out of her team here. But it all starts off with the face-off. Face-off is so important here in girls lacrosse. Very rarely do you see bad or errant passes. When they have that possession, they have it for a while until a shot is basically on net. And a great draw control there by Ava Connaughton. She's going to work it downhill. She's taking on some stick action. And the ref calls flag there. He's going to give her some space. Sends it up top to Kella McGrail. Over to DeMeo. To Hancock. To Williams. They're going to go around the horn. Down low, it looks like Nazillo finds DeMeo. She holds. Ball gets loose. She's able to pick that up. Back up to Nazillo. Makes that left to right move, sends it in to McGrail. Ball does hit the turf, and it's going to be picked up by the Hopkinton goalie, Morgan Arnold. She's going to give it to Hopkinton defenseman, Sinead Her. Forced pass, great catch there by the midfielder for Hopkinton, number 8, Emma Dacey. She's had a couple goals today. Great job by the Wolverines, playing some good D. Ava Connaughton able to knock that ball out of bounds. And that's going to be a Westwood ball. Great play. Never give up on that play. Ava was chasing her from the side, able to get a stick on that. Ball goes out of bounds, and Westwood possession. Sends it up top to Sullivan. Sullivan finds Hancock. Hancock works it in, has some speed, makes a nice move. Takes it to the net. Oh, great move, and the ref's going to call a shooting space here for Hancock. Something we've seen frequently for Hancock. She had about 2 shooting spaces yesterday, scored on both. But that speed and her moves are able to get a lot of these calls. It's hard to defend. Hancock to the net. Shot. She's going to score. Finds the top right corner for her first goal to get on the board for Hancock. And that's going to put Westwood up 2 goals, 7-5. Hancock has quite the attendance here tonight. She's got her, obviously her mom and dad, but she has her uncles Teddy, Marty, Uncle Donnie, Uncle Pat, and Uncle Scott all in attendance. They travel big for their Lillian. And of course, they have her Grandma Carol Hancock, the matriarch, just an amazing woman. So it looks like Hancock, after the goal, is going to take the draw, sends it backwards. Connaughton fighting for it, Hancock fighting for it, and they're going to say it's a Westwood ball because of contact. I think it was ref saying hold up. Must have been some kind of illegal contact. And Hancock's going to take it. Finds open space and works that speed. Sends it over to McGrail. McGrail with a shot. A save by the Hoptown goalie, Morgan Arnold. That was a great look. Working inward. McGrail was able to find that opening, going to the net. Able to catch it. Got a shot on net. That was a good save by the Hoptown goalie. So 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Wolverines are up 7-5. Pretty good matchup so far. Both teams showing some pretty good offense. And now they're starting to get more strategic, methodical with the possession. Looking to work some of those cuts in there. Looks like Nozzolillo behind the net. Sends it over to Ava Connaughton. She holds it, she shoots it. What a goal. Terrific goal. That was a very impressive goal. Great pass there from Nozzolillo. Connaughton catches it, fake shot, holds onto it, goalie freezes a little bit, then finds the open corner. It's next level stuff. I feel like if I had that ball in my hand and I had an opportunity to shoot, I'm shooting right away. I'd be anxious. I want to get it off my stick as quickly as possible. The confidence to be able to hold on to that, knowing that a better opportunity or a better visibility into the net, is certainly a very impressive attribute for a goal scorer like Connaughton. Hancock on the face-off draw, and that's going to be draw control by Kella McGrail. Just what the Wolverines want to do after a goal, win that next draw. Williams up top to Hancock. Hancock's going to find Connaughton. Sends it over to McGrail. So Connaughton and Hancock are both going to be attending University of Massachusetts next year. So they're looking forward to playing lacrosse and playing together for another 4 years. Heck of a connection between those two, and not just lacrosse, but soccer, basketball as well. Nozzolillo working it inward. Great move. Ball gets dislodged. And McGowan was looking to pick it up, but I believe she might have stepped out of bounds. That's an intimidating move. When you see Nozzolillo working her way left to right across that field with the shot she has and the moves that she has, there's not much you can do to stop that. It's very impressive, to see, because it's, a lot of times she's not only just finding those corners, but it looks like the net's going to come off, the netting's going to come off the net. A shot by Hopkinton and a goal. Number 7, Lily Turini, senior, for Hopkinton's 6th goal. And that's going to make it 8-6 Westwood. It looked like a nice little fast break for them. Had a decent angle to throw it on net and found the back of the net there. But still somewhat of a track meet. A lot of sprinting going back and forth. I'd imagine both teams are probably looking forward to halftime to catch their breath. But a lot of explosive offense going on so far tonight. You got Hancock taking the draw. Ball's going to be loose. McGrail fighting for it. Able to pick it up. It's got some space and able to tiptoe around the sideline and stay in bounds. Got a call on Hopkinton. Westwood will maintain the possession. Work it around the corner. McGowan, nice move. Works it backwards, and then she's going to send it over to DeMayo. McGowan, one of the seniors for the Wolverines, going to be attending Holy Cross in the fall. Nozzolillo has it behind the net, over to DeMayo. Westwood looking to work some cuts. DeMayo looking to get a shot, does shoot, and a save by the goalie. Ball's still loose, but goalie's going to pick it up for Hopkinton. She's going to send it downfield, but intercepted by Connaughton. She's going to go right to the net. She's going to shoot, and a save by the goalie again. Big save there by Morgan Arnold. But a very impressive interception. They were looking to make that fast break pass to go the other way. Able to jump in front of that pass, went right to the net. And you got to give credit to the Hopkinton goalie, Morgan Arnold, able to make a great save there. So Westwood has possession here. There was some kind of call on the field. I don't know if it was a flag but it looks like they'll be up on the power play. So certainly looking to take advantage of this. get a goal here. Work some of the matchups that they see. It's Williams with it down low. Williams will be attending the University of Vermont in the fall. He's going to be playing lacrosse. Sends it up top to Connaughton. Connaughton working away left to right. Over to DeMayo. DeMayo goes in, but ends up working it outward. Pass to Hancock. Great move. Holds on to it. Shot. She scores. Great goal by Lil Hancock. Great pass from Connaughton. It's very similar to Connaughton's goal early on. Caught it, waited for a second, an extra second, made a quick move, and then found the back of the net. Sometimes they're almost surprised that the ball's still in their stick because they've taken a couple whacks, but able to do a good job to keep it in her stick. Puts it in the back of the net for the Wolverine goal. The Wolverines to go up 9-6. That is the second goal for Lil Hancock. And then after that, Lil back to work at the draw. She's got Ava on the left wing, and she's got Kella McGrail on the right wing. All three of them were captains of the girls' soccer team in the fall. That's going to be a face-off offense, and ball's going to go to Hopkinton. We got about 5 minutes, 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Oh, someone went down there. Westwood's able to pick it up. That's Kella McGrail with some speed, able to beat a couple defenders, looked to shoot, but held on. She was moving pretty good. So DeMayo over to Hancock. They fake the flip pass. Hancock works it inward, able to maintain possession, and we have a call here. Not sure, it is going to be a shooting space. Will she have an angle, enough angle to get directly to the net? It looks like she will. This is her second shooting space of the day for Hancock. Onto the net. Shot. Score for Lil Hancock. That is Lil's third goal of the game. In hockey, we would call that a hat trick. So third goal there for Hancock. Puts the Wolverines up 10-6 as the shadows start to set in here at Flahay Field. Nothing we haven't seen, Gray, is there is no more beautiful place for games than the late afternoon, early night games at Flahay. When you get the shadows, then the lights come on. You start to get a lot of people at the games too. A lot of youngsters will be playing some of the lacrosse games, on the other side of the fencing. And got a lot of friends and family here in the stands supporting our Wolverines. It was number 9 on the face-off win, Emily Hayward. A foul on Westwood. So she is going to maintain the possession. Sent over to number 19, it's Jamie Arena, senior. It was a nice gesture by the Westwood team. They were also honored the seniors for Hopkinton. Very nice of them to do it. I know Hopkinton returned the favor during the basketball season, honoring Westwood seniors during their senior night. The pass inward. Ball is on the ground. McManus picks it up. It's going to be loose. And Hopkinton picks it up, gets the possession. Oh, looking to send across. Great defensive play there by Sullivan. Not only got the stick in the way, but picks it up. And she's going to work it across the field. She finds Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo with some open space. And, she's going to settle it and wait for her teammates to work downfield. A great play there by Sullivan. Sullivan, part of a very talented athletic family. Her brother, Danny, senior captain of the baseball team, tremendous pitcher. He threw a no-hitter this year versus Brockton. Also a tremendous hockey player in his own right. As the captain the last 2 years for the Westwood Wolverines. And Nozzolillo has it behind the net. does a fake flip to Connaughton. Going to send it over to DeMeo. DeMeo with a shot hits the side of the net. It's going to go through the back of the end zone, but maintain possession with Westwood. And Connaughton's going to take it behind the net. Very popular place, Connaughton, behind that net. It's almost like Gretzky's office. She does a terrific job working it inward. And I can't tell you how many goals we've seen on, almost like impossible angles. And that's going to be McGrail to the net. She's going to score. Great goal by Kella McGrail. And that is her second goal of the game for McGrail. But as mentioned, Connaughton setting up in the office behind the net. She does a great job of finding those cutters, but she can also force tough angle shots that for whatever reason she does a tremendous job of finding the back of the net. And I remember a few of those against Wellesley in the playoffs. How do you defend that? You figure, all right, maybe I defend the pass and then she scores, or I want to defend the shot and she throws it to a wide open Westwood player in front of the net for an easy goal. So it's a very well positioned playing, but strategic way of playing. Hopkinton is going to get the draw win there. Picked up by number 9. That's Emily Hayward. And they got the ball with just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. Was doing research, Greg. So last year's state championship was Westwood's 10th state championship in 20 years. If there's any team that qualifies for a dynasty, it's that. And it starts with the Frank family, Leslie Frank, who became the coach in the early 2000s, winning state championships in 2003, and then just hit the floor running, winning, I believe, 8 throughout the years, and then Margot Spatola winning 2. That's going to be a goal for Hopkinton to put them back on the board, 11-7 now. But the Frank family, when it comes to Westwood lacrosse, they were the foundation of starting this. They started very early. I remember I went to school with Meredith, so she was in my grade at Westwood, and their program, they were playing sanctioned games in like 3rd or 4th grade, and they really brought the importance of endurance and stick skills. And they started their Mass Elite programs, which got kids starting at an early age being able to develop those very important intuitive skills, which have then brought it up here to the high school level. But if you look back from the early 2000s till now, the amount of kids that have gone to Division I schools that have played lacrosse, All-Americans. Meredith Frank was an All-American. Not only that, Westwood had a former player that became the Heisman Trophy winner of girls lacrosse in college, Kristen Chelman. So, this is a very impressive, not only just dynasty that has been, started and still ongoing throughout the years, but just amazing history and amazing lives changed just from a single program in lacrosse here that has changed countless lives for education opportunities to play at the next level, and also just award recognition for what they were able to do. So big thanks to the Franks. A goal there by Nazalillo. A patented shot coming left to right across, and an absolute rifle there. And that is her 3rd goal of the game, 3rd goal for Naz. That was the shot we're talking about. Very powerful. Almost looks like the tether on the net is going to come off. How powerful it is. So 52 seconds left here. Certainly want to win a draw, and if you can get a goal before the half, that's a big confidence booster to kick off the second half. Westwood certainly looking to do that. Face off. It's going to be won by Hopkinton. They're going to go the other way. Westwood looking to keep them to the outside, let that clock tick, not give any layup opportunities. They have a fantastic goalie in Riley Harrington, where any shot from the outside is basically routine saves for her. Number 9 working inward, gets a shot, and that's a great save by Riley Smith. Even the tough shots are routine. She's amazing, amazing goalie. Only gave up 1 goal in a state championship game last year. That's, pretty impressive accomplishment to put on the resume. Sullivan works it up to McGrail. Ball hits the ground, picked up by Hopkinton, and that's going to do it here for the first half. And after one half, Wolverines 12, Hopkinton 7. Players starting to come back on the field here to commence the second half. But as mentioned, it was a very back and forth first half here in Westwood. Both teams scoring a lot of goals. Westwood scoring 12, Hopkinton scoring 7. But it was, what I'd like to say, a track meet. Both teams, whether it was winning a possession and just working quickly to the net, or picking the ball up off the turf on a turnover, both teams certainly, used that to their advantage and turned into their best offense. It's something we've seen too at the boys lacrosse team. A lot of their goals have been off of fast breaks from turnovers on defense, and really makes for a tough way to defend a team. So we'll see what comes here to start off the second half. The same personnel here on the face-off dot. Olivia Williams taking the face-off for Westwood. Number 12, Rachel Bouvier taking the face-off for Hopkinton. Got Lil Hancock on the left wing, Kella McGrail on the right wing. We are ready to get underway here in the second half. Whistle blown, ball is in the air. It's going to be picked up by Hopkinton. Emma Hayward with the draw control. Sends it up top to Lily Turney. Over to 19, Jamie Arena. Arena with a couple goals tonight. Finds Michaela Scanovan. Moving picks, able to go outside and create some space. Great defense there by Hillary Noble. It's able to force a wide shot. Great job there by Hillary. Hillary recently committed to play lacrosse at Skidmore College. She's a junior here for the Wolverines, so has another year next year, and then we'll be attending Skidmore to play lacrosse. Oh, ball on the ground. Do have a whistle. It looks like it's going to be a shooting space for Hopkinton. So Wolverines looking to rely on some great goaltending here by Riley, who's been terrific for them throughout the season, the playoff runs, and has been the backbone in many of the big games this year. The game in Franklin, she had a monster game with huge saves, and Lil Hancock working it inward. Just going to work it around. Harrington, one of the most impressive games I've seen outside of just the Wellesley State Championship game was that Franklin game. Many times the game was tied up. At one point, Westwood went down a goal. She was very calm, cool, collected, made some huge saves. Those saves then turned into possessions that turned into offensive scoring opportunities, allowed Westwood to go up 2 goals, 3 goals, and then they were able to close out the game. So certainly the backbone for the Wolverines, someone who's been a top player for them, and someone they're going to certainly count on for the playoffs when it starts up next week. It looks like Nazalil behind the net. Westwood working some cuts. DeMeo going across. Some good defense there on Hopkinton to say that. Pass across. Ball is dropped, picked back up by Connaughton. She works her way back in, just shoots wide. But looks like McGowan is there to help maintain possession for the Wolverines. McGowan going right to the net. Nice pass over to Connaughton. That's a save by the Hiller goaltender, Morgan Arnold. She's had a great game so far today as well. Some big saves. She's got a lot of talented scorers that are, coming at her very quickly, and she's been able to put the stick on that and also make great saves with, some kick saves, able to move it out into non-threatening areas to be able to work that ball downfield. He sends it off to his 12, and then 12 is going to work it up to number 4 for Hopkinton. Some great speed there, Michaela Scanovan. Defense there played by McGrail. Does a good job of keeping her lateral. She's going to work it down. Oh, just missed on the interception was Hancock. But an errant pass is going to get the ball on the ground and then picked up by Harrington. Harrington looking for an open body and makes the smart play, puts that in the crease, which allows her a free opportunity to pick it up unscathed. And then over to Williams. Williams getting the feet moving. Sends it over to Connaughton. Connaughton looks to make a move, works it in. Shot, score! What a shot! Able to find a little space inward and then shoots it just in between the left upper post and the Westwood logo on the net to put Westwood on the board. 13-7. And that is Ava's third goal of the game. Ava opened up the scoring for the Wolverines. The Wolverine goals were Connaughton, DeMeo, McGrail, Nozzolillo, Williams, Nozzolillo again, Hancock, Connaughton, Hancock, McGrail, Nozzolillo, and then Connaughton again. Put the Wolverines up 13-7. About 21 minutes left here in the second half. So a face-off win, draw control by Lil Hancock. He's going to send it over to good friend Ava Connaughton. Sends it down to DeMeo. Nozzolillo. Senior Katie McGowan. The Wolverines up 6 goals, looking to not only just obviously put some more goals on, but how can you cut off some of the clock? You know, they do a good job of on possessions, letting 2 minutes go by, 3 minutes go by, and before you know it, you know, there'll be 5 minutes left in the second half and 5 minutes left in the game. So we have a shooting space call here. It's going to be Emily DeMeo, the possession. Looks like she's got plenty of space to go to the net. She's going to shot. And a save by the goalie. Another save by Morgan Arnold. Ball gets deflected outside and it's going to be picked up by Hancock. But great balanced scoring for the Wolverines tonight. Not only do you have a number of different scores, but it is a number of different assists on the passes. And, you know, plenty of different players with draw controls and you know, turnovers. Just a well-balanced team effort so far tonight. DeMeo sends it over to McGowan. Good move by McGowan, ends up working it backward. Sends it up top. Nice catch there by Nozzolillo. Gives it a Hancock with some speed, looking to make a move. She does. Works it inward. Takes a stick to the head, but no call. And it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be a Hopkinton ball going the other way. We'll play on. Oh, an interception there by DeMeo. Sends it over to her sister, and she scores. And if I'm right, that looked like it was a DeMeo to DeMeo goal. Sophomore sisters. I hope it was. I hope I'm right. Is it DeMeo to DeMeo? Oh, it was a DeMeo to DeMeo, so terrific. That looked like it was intercepted by Charlotte and then passed to sister Emily for the goal. Great connection. That was probably worked out in the driveway many years ago and executed here tonight in the game to put the Wolverines up 14-7. Reminded me of the Varner and DeVarner goals we've been seeing, Gray, throughout the season. And Gray Janite and Morgan Donahue here on the call. Gray on the camera, Morgan on the microphone. We've had great opportunity to see a lot of the lacrosse, baseball, girls lacrosse as well. and a lot of connections amongst siblings that are on the same team, which is really cool to see. Certainly special for the parents. So win on the draw by Hopkinton. They're going to work it downfield. Nice pass there. Work it over to the cutting midfielder. It's number 4 with the possession, Michaela Scanovan. Sends it over to number 8, Emma Dacey. Hopkinton looking to get something inside. Shot save by Riley Harrington. A great save. Point blank shot. Able to get the stick on that. Yeah, pretty impressive save. Sends it downfield. She is going to find number 11 for Westwood. That's Ava Kelly. And then over to Kella McGrail going the net. Over to DeMayo. She takes a stick. Able to shoot and still score. Emily DeMayo. That's a great series of events by the Wolverines there, able to get the turnover. Cal McGrail working that down the field very quickly. Sends it over to Emily McGrail, who puts it in the back of net for the Wolverines' 15th goal. DeMayo, Emily DeMayo. So that's Emily's second goal of the game. Charlotte with the goal herself. Her sister Charlotte. Hops on very quickly with the win there on the draw. Westwood doing a great job here on defense. Hillary Noble. Hillary Noble's been a terrific defender, but also midfielder. Shot is going to hit the post, but before the shot, we have a whistle. Looks like it's going to be a shooting space. Some questions being asked to the official. But indeed, it is a shooting space. Number 4. Kayla Scanovan is going to take it to the net. Shot's going to go wide, and it's going to be picked up by Sullivan. And she's going to work it downfield. Impressive. She was well positioned behind that net. The ball gets loose, picked up by McGowan. Sullivan was well positioned behind that net. On the shot that went wide, she was there to not only just get in front of it, but pick it up and go the other way. She's had herself a great game so far on defense. A number of different turnovers that turned into some quick breaks and offense. McGowan to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo working it outward, looking for a cutter. Sends it up top to DeMayo. DeMayo sends it over to McGrail. McGrail takes it lefty, fakes the pass, switches to the right, back to DeMayo. DeMayo with a shot. That was a great shot, great save. She was able to catch that on her left. It wasn't a perfect pass, able to not only just catch that, bring it in for a quick shot, got it on net, and it was a great save there by Morgan Arnold. Said her name a lot of times tonight. She's been having herself a terrific game for the Hopkinton Hillers. The ball hits the ground, but it's going to be an offense on Westwood. Westwood making it very tough for Hopkinton to move that ball and to bring it into the offensive zone. Great defense there by Westwood. Number 8, Emily DeMayo. And she's going to work it inward. Nice spin move. And she cuts the defense. Very, very impressive series of plays there by the talented sophomore. The DeMayo twins making their mark on this game, both not only in the offensive end, but defensive as well. Westwood looking to work it around, but also take some time off the clock. There are about 14 minutes left here in the game. You don't see too many errant passes in these Westwood games. They're very great passers, not only just regular routine passes, but when they are sending passes on cuts, girls going to the net, they really put that pass in an area where the player can handle and score. Nazalil with a shot. It's going to go wide. Westwood's going to maintain possession. Great move there. She works outward, inward, able to get in front of that net for a great opportunity. Connaughton's going to pick it up. Sends it over to senior captain Kella McGrail. Top to DeMeo, to Hancock, to Nazalillo. DeMeo looking for a open teammate. Now Katie McGowan, a senior, she had a big goal yesterday versus Medfield. It was a great pass from, I think it was Lil Hancock. She was right in front of the net, made a nice move. And it was a critical goal. I believe it put Westwood up 4-3 after Medfield tied it. Hancock goes to the net. She's going to score. That's a goal for Lil Hancock, her 4th of the game. That's going to put the Wolverines up 16-7. So the 4th goal from Lil Hancock. On a great pass. I believe that was from DeMeo. But one thing that is very common, almost feels like Groundhog Day with these Wolverines, is they will give up a few goals early, but when they put their foot on the gas, they know what they're capable of. They can put 10 goals up in a matter of 10, 10 minutes. They can put 16 goals up in a half. I mean, they did it, not a couple weeks ago. So they're a team that knows what they're capable of. They don't panic if they go down a goal or two, even against the best teams. They went down a few goals a number of different times this season versus tough opponents like Franklin, able to come back and win it on the road. And their confidence, is it's certainly apparent. They're what you would say battle tested, where they've played a number of different games against a number of the different top teams, and have that experience and the scar tissue to be able to where the moment isn't too bright for them. But also you have great players on this team that love the bright lights. They love the biggest games, and they play their best lacrosse in those biggest games. Many of these players have been playing in those for the last 3 years, where it is natural to them at this point. You play these teams here in Massachusetts, they look at Westwood on the schedule, and it's they circle that twice. It's a team that every team wants to beat. Every team wants to, say they took down Westwood. A shot by Connaughton, and she's going to score there. I believe that is the 4th goal for Ava. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th goal for Ava. And Ava, no question, one of those players. One of those players who loves the bright lights, who wants the ball in her hands when it matters the most. And she wants to be the leader that says, let's give me the ball, see what I do with it. And she's done that countless times in the playoffs, countless times in big games. And very similar to her senior teammates. They are all, big-time players. So it's Ava on the draw. That's going to be one draw control by Lil Hancock. She's going to work it downfield. I'm going to set it up. So I hear some noise over at the multi-purpose field. I know there's a big boys lacrosse game going on between Westwood and Burlington. I'll try to get a score update. But a big Division II matchup between the Wolverines and the Burlington High School. And Westwood boys have a big game, I believe it's Thursday. If they beat Hopkinton, that means that the game versus Friday against Medfield will be for the Tri-Valley League Boys Lacrosse title. And the way that works out is Westwood did lose to Medfield. However, Medfield lost to Dover Sherborne. Westwood beat Dover Sherborne. So if Westwood were to win, they give Medfield their second loss. Then you have two teams with one loss. It would be Westwood and Dover Sherborne. And because Westwood beat Dover Sherborne, they have the tiebreaker to be the sole TVL champion. So the path is there. It'd be a very, very awesome win for the Wolverines and a great title to have. It's been a while since the Wolverines have been Tri-Valley League champs for the men. The women, I believe, are going on 23 consecutive years of Tri-Valley League champs. So that isn't new to them. That's Nozzolillo. Up top to Hancock. Hancock has got some space, makes a move. Goes inward, still has it. Shot on net, she scores. That's the 5th goal for Lil. And that's going to put the Wolverines up 18-7. A great goal there by Lil. When she has the matchups she likes, she's certainly one of the more athletic midfielders you'll see in Massachusetts lacrosse. And when she's able to make those moves, it's really hard to stay on top of her. She has great stick skills, able to put the angle of stick where she needs to, and does a great job of finding the back of the net. But looking forward to seeing her and Ava next year at University of Massachusetts, as I'm sure that's going to be a very tough team to beat next year at the college level. With UMass coming off of a very impressive year this year as the runner-up in their lacrosse league this past season. Ball is still loose. Lil Hancock picks it up for the draw control, and she's going to go the other way. Got the feet moving. Sends it over to McGowan. Over to McGrail, and up top to Connaughton. Good job by the Wolverines. It was, a inauspicious start. One that, they're not used to seeing, but they made adjustments. They picked up their game fairly quickly, and, they really did start to put their foot on the gas. And it wasn't one or two players. It was everyone, and it was offense and defense who really stepped in to really make their mark on this game, to get Westwood ahead by a significant margin. Shot on net, it's going to go just wide. Connaughton there to back it up. She picks it up, has some space. Working her way left to right behind the net. Is able to find a shooter. It was Nozzolillo. Does a great job holding on to that. That window closed pretty quickly. And then sends it back over to Connaughton, who's going to save by Hopkinton goalie Morgan Arnold. Very impressive night for Morgan. She's had some huge saves, a lot of shots on net. I'd say she's had probably close to 30 shots on net with 10, 11 saves. A very impressive night for her so far. And when I say so far, we do have 6 minutes left here in the second half of the game. The lights are on now here at Flayhive. Still hearing some roars over at the multi-purpose field. Sounds like it must be a contentious or close game going on between Westwood boys and Burlington. Hopkinton looking to get back on the board here. I believe, if I'm corrected, Gray, I don't think Hopkinton has had a second half goal. I believe they had 7 goals in the first half with Wolverine goaltender Riley Harrington playing very impressively, and also the defense playing very well as well, getting the ball on the ground. And of course, I jinxed myself there. Sorry, Wolverines. But Hopkinton's going to be back on the board with their 8th goal. There's always the jinx or the curse when you bring up a goal, or you bring up, in golf, they haven't had a bogey. you know, for whatever reason, always seems to happen right after someone says it. So I apologize. I should have kept it silent. It's kind of like Danny Sullivan's no-hitter. You don't talk about it. In my case, I didn't even know he had a no-hitter, which since then I've learned to take notes. So in the future, I know what's going on and able to be on top of it. So that goal from Hoptown is going to be their 8th goal, puts the score to 18-8 Westwood with just under 5 minutes left here in the game. And a win on the face-off for Ava Connaughton. Hancock sends it over to DeMayo. Nozzolillo to DeMayo and then back to Connaughton. Up to McGowan. It looks like Westwood's gonna just keep working this ball around. Yeah, with 4 minutes left, when you move the ball around like this, you can easily take 3 minutes off, 4 minutes off. So it's, you know, what, as a coach, you would say this is how you close a game out. But Nozzolillo catches it, goes to the net. Oh, big save there by Hopkinton goaltender Morgan Arnold. That ball got deflected at least 15, 20 feet in the air. Came down. It looks like Westwood maintained the possession. Connaughton works it inward. Holds on it. Shot. Another save there by Morgan. Hancock up top to DeMayo. To McGrail. And the Wolverines continue to work it around. Hancock takes it. Look to work inward, then pauses. Sends it over to McGrail. McGrail finds her way in there, has an opening. Shot is going to go over the net. Hits the upright and bounce back. That is something you don't see too often. I mean, what is the call? I guess technically the upright is out of bounds. So it hit the bottom of that upright, bounced back, but for whatever reason, oh, and a goal there by Connaughton. So now it makes sense. It hit the upright, which is basically a shot. Westwood had a defender there in backup to maintain possession, and that's how they possessed it. So then Westwood's able to pass it over to Connaughton for the goal, and that, I believe, is her 5th goal for the Wolverines. Yep, her 5th goal for the Wolverines. So we've got about 2 minutes 2 minutes 27 seconds left here in the game. Wolverines up 19-8 here at Flay High Field. We have goals from Connaughton, DeMayo, McGrail, Nozzolillo, Williams, Nozzolillo again, Hancock, Connaughton, Hancock, McGrail, Nozzolillo, Connaughton, DeMayo, Hancock, Connaughton, Hancock, Connaughton. A good combination of sophomores, juniors, and seniors in all those goals. But also some terrific defense for the Wolverines. Riley Harrington was clutch here in the second half on some of those shooting space opportunities. Hopkinton's going to score here. And some great defense by Kate Sullivan. Some great defense by Hillary Noble. Kara McManus, always top defender for the Wolverines, does a great job of getting the ball on the ground and working the ball downfield to her teammates. Kara is a twin, has a twin brother on the boys lacrosse team who is also defense, and both very well-liked teammates by their peers, very consistent, and certainly people who are going to be counted on by their teammates come playoff time. Face-off won there by Hopkinton. Hancock's able to knock it on the field. She picks it up herself, works it inward. She's got a runner behind her, but able to still hold on to the ball and sends it down to Katie McGowan. So we are just inside a minute here at Flay High. 35 seconds left in the game, and Westwood will hold on to it, let that clock run out. But an impressive night for the Wolverines, able to bounce back in explosive fashion with the amount of goals. Number of different goals from a number of different players. And Westwood has, I believe, 2 more games left before playoffs in the season. They have a nice matchup coming up against the Lincoln Sudbury Dragons, I believe. Now that's going to do it here at Flahi Field on a beautiful senior night. The Wolverines 19 and Hopkinton 9. So great game here, and looking forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you.